friends. So, last week we posted a video called 10 Things That Are Disguised Resentments, and in that video we briefly mentioned grudges and why they are not really the payback that you may think they are. I think that topic merits a little more discussion, so we made it this week's video. So, let's get right to it. Now, I have mentioned before in several videos, besides just that one, that I personally believe grudges are a waste of time. That hasn't stopped me from holding them anyway sometimes, but it is truly what I believe nonetheless. That belief came along for me later in life because I came to the realization that by holding a grudge, I was keeping that painful event or betrayal tied to my leg like a shackle, and thus letting the person who hurt me hang around and live rent-free in my head. If I went through the effort of holding a grudge against someone because they hurt me, then they really didn't deserve to be in my head at all. To me, it felt like I was just stalling my healing by not letting it go. I also came to realize that the person was likely unaware that I was still upset or mad anyway. And they had moved along with their life, so why wasn't I doing that too? Instead of letting them continue to take from me, because that's what grudges do sometimes. They take your energy, your peace of mind, etc. And in the case where I was holding on to the biggest grudge that I had, well, that person had already taken enough from me, thanks. I really wasn't keen on giving them anything else. In doing this, I had to learn a couple of things. First, I had to learn to take the emotion out of it and to detach and to become indifferent. And I had to learn to accept that there were some apologies I was just never going to get, and even if I did someday get one, it was not going to change the event that I was holding the grudge about. That bad behavior was still going to be bad behavior, and I was not going to just forget that. But I did choose to forgive it, and that ended up being a flex that I did not have on my bingo card whatsoever. It was like putting down a big bag of clutter I was carrying around for years. It made me happier, to put it simply. It changed me for the better. In retrospect, I wish I had done it sooner because I could have saved a ton of time and a ton of money on therapy, and also not carried around resentments and trust issues that inadvertently slipped into other relationships that had nothing to do with those other people. They were just old tapes I kept playing. The biggest point that I think comes from what I just said is really that when you hold on to resentment and grudges, it really doesn't affect the other person at all. I mean, they might know you're mad at them, they might know that you aren't speaking to them anymore, etc., but the truth is that they probably don't care. And if they, the person who did the dirty deed, doesn't care anymore, then why do you want to spend all that mental energy on them anyway? Because, listen, holding a grudge is an active status. It requires effort. Just like hating someone, there's a reason why people say there's a thin line between love and hate, because there is. Both are emotions, and emotions are living things. So, what's the real flex when someone hurts you? Revenge? Drawing mustaches on whatever pictures you have handy of them? Getting a voodoo doll? Well, those things might be fun, but that's not exactly right. It's indifference, not having any emotions about them. Look, painful things happen, and they happen to all of us. No one is immune. And those painful things usually happen to us at the hand of another human being. And when they happen, your first train of thought may very well be to be angry and upset and want that revenge, which is perfectly natural and a normal human reaction, which you have absolutely every right to have. You can be as mad as you want for as long as you want. Salty is a great flavor, and I'm a fan of it myself, so trust me, I get it. However, it's important to understand that you cannot let those things be so permeating in your head. You can't let them define you or hold you hostage, using them as some kind of blueprint for the rest of your life. Why? Because letting other people's hurtful behavior stay in your head does nothing to avenge you against the deeds, or make them sorry, or make them feel bad or guilty. It does nothing to them at all. It only affects you, and not in a good way. A few weeks ago, we posted a short video here on the channel and also on TikTok that asks the question, what is the best way to get revenge? And even though it would be great for you to go watch that video too, hint hint, I'll spoil it for you, but only because it's highly relevant to what we're talking about here right now. The best way to get revenge is to live well, to be happy. Show the people that wronged you in your life that your life got better after they left. How do you do that? By taking pictures of you walking the red carpet at the Met Gala? Or poolside at your 236-room villa in France? I mean, maybe? But that's not exactly realistic. Showing someone that your life got better without them doesn't usually involve showing them anything, as strange as that may sound. It's the act of becoming unbothered with anything that has to do with them altogether. Being indifferent, not caring. However you want to phrase it, it's the fact that you do not need them and their nonsense. And you are not sitting around thinking about their nonsense or what they did to you any longer, because you are not thinking about them at all. And that, friends, is what I'm talking about when I say that indifference is the real flex. It's power and the ability to take back yours from people who do wrong by you. It's not caring if someone is in your life or not, because you know that you absolutely do not need them. It is being able to move on from what someone did to you by no longer letting it define you or hold you back or keep you stuck in a rut of sadness or self-blame for their actions. It's focusing on you and what you want and need from your life, with zero concern to what they think or have to say. As we have talked about in the past, the word indifferent, by definition, means lack of concern or caring. Now, not caring is not good for a relationship, or at least one that you want to last anyway, for very obvious reasons. But for things that are done, that are in the past, that you no longer have, you can't change those things. You can't erase that they happened, no matter how much mental energy you give them. That's why indifference is pretty much the perfect thing to practice, because it doesn't require anything further of you. Now, I chose the word further on purpose because, look, we spend so much time trying to influence other people's behavior or even change it sometimes, and it's always a waste of time, which is sad, because as you get older, you really begin to realize that what old people have likely been telling you your whole life, you don't really have as much time in life as you think you do, is true. So, knowing this, why waste that precious and limited resources on things that you can't control anyway? Sometimes, friends, it's okay to give up, to walk away, to say, nope, I'm done here, to get up from the table when the only meals you're getting served are plates full of disrespect. That then becomes day one of your journey towards detachment and indifference. And look, I know that those words I just said, detachment and indifference, generally have negative connotations. They don't sound kind. But you know what? While I always advocate to give people chances and forgive and give them the benefit of the doubt and help people and do for them for no reason at all, and treat people with kindness no matter what, you also have someone else that you should be doing those things for, that you should always be kind to too, and that's you. The sad reality is that some people just don't deserve the good things that you have to offer. They don't deserve to suck up your energy and kindness. They don't deserve your patience. They don't deserve any of your attention, good or bad. They deserve your silence, your apathy, your indifference. When you find yourself in a situation where you really, truly tried your very best and you've done all you can, you've made sincere effort, and none of it changed a damn thing. None of it made a difference. The kindest thing you can do for yourself is to detach. Become indifferent to all of it. The person, the situation, the outcome. There's your power move. Hell, it's almost a superpower. This is so much better for your mental health than sitting around just hating people who hurt you or dwelling in situations that you failed in. Keep these things, when you keep these things top of mind or just around the corner, you keep them in the present, in your present. It gives those things power over your decisions, over your future, over you. Becoming indifferent takes that away. You snatch that power back and put it where it belongs, in your own hands. That space that those things were taking up is free now for you to fill with things and people who make you happy, situations that benefit you, basically anything that you want, because it frees up that mental space to focus on you. So much good can come from a release like that, truly. Peace, quiet, hope, opportunity, new things. Which, by the way, when new things come into your life, don't just slap them into an old canvas and hope that it works out. They deserve a clean slate. They deserve a chance to become something better than what you had. Something better than you might have imagined. And you deserve that too. That's all I've got for you this week. I'll be back next week with another priority message. Until then, take good care of yourselves. Bye.